Good morning. Good morning. Here we are back. It is January 28th. I'm joined here with Josh. Today we had a rate announcement, or did we? Josh, how are you? What can you tell us?
Well, I'm doing great, thank you, Jay. And yeah, we did have a rate announcement, but the rate announcement was that the interest rate by the Bank of Canada will remain unchanged. There was some talk by people that we might see some rate cuts here early in the year 2026, but any rate cuts that we're going to likely see will be maybe a little bit further down the road, in spite of some weaker GDP and employment data toward the end of 2025. So we're not holding our breath for a rate cut right away, but there is still some room for a rate cut later in the year. Inflation, that's one of the reasons rates were higher before, as inflation was too high, and higher rates can help bring that back down. Inflation is well on track, Jay, to be closer to 2% throughout the rest of the year, leaving room, if our economy needs it, for the Bank of Canada to cut rates later in the year.
That's fascinating that not really much has happened since the last rate announcement, isn't it? It looks like everything's pretty much just chugging along here. So it will be something to watch for. Is there anything else we should keep our eye on, Josh?
You know what? With the talk of maybe rate cuts due to the weaker economic data at the end of 2025, one of the big reasons that it appears that we're on hold for rate cuts is 2026 is the year that Canada, Mexico, and the United States will
Mm.
renegotiate our free trade agreement. And there's some friction there and a lot of uncertainty as to what that's going to look like. And so the Bank of Canada doesn't want to preemptively start stimulating our economy, but wants to rather be monitoring it and ready to create that stimulus if necessary, if those free trade agreements don't pan out very well in our favor.
Right. And he did make mention of GST as well in the last few days. How is that going to affect us, or will it?
So what we're going to see is, we know that the cost of groceries and those sorts of things are very expensive. That's one of the areas of the most inflation that we have right now. And so it's lower and middle income families that find a bigger portion of their budgets are eaten up by literally the groceries. And so we are going to see a significant increase. A family of four will see that $1,100 go up to around $1,700 of rebate for the year 2026. That's a one-time extra stimulus, but a smaller increase starting next year in 2027 as well. That will bring some extra money into the economy. It might cause a little bit of inflation, but I don't think it's nearly as much as what we saw with the COVID stimulus. So it's probably unlikely to have a major effect on inflation.
Yeah, the other thing we've been noticing is this GST rebate on the new homes. There is quite a bit of optimism that when the Senate comes back here in February, royal assent will be passed, and all of a sudden this will take effect. I have noticed even with some of our buyers, even a bunch of my new listings, that the builders have already put concessions in place, new Schedule A's that are allowing for the verbiage around when it's passed, this is how we're going to handle it. And it's going to come off the purchase price effectively, which is going to make a lot of these new homes more affordable for first time buyers. I think we're going to see a lot of people that are on the sidelines right now that are going to come into the marketplace now that they have this assurance that this rebate is going to take effect. Maybe it'll gobble up some of that new inventory that's been sitting around here for the last couple of months as well. That would be something, especially here in Alberta and specifically Edmonton, that would, I expect, would have a pretty big impact. Are you seeing the same thing maybe on your end with some of your pre-approvals?
At the end of the day, because it's not in place yet, it's not really impacting our pre-approvals per se. But we are looking forward to getting some more clarity on exactly how it's going to be implemented. And the big thing is it's going to be implemented retroactively to last April. So anybody who bought a new home after last April is going to see that rebate. Exactly how, we don't know yet. But we are definitely looking forward to having that rebate come into play and getting the rest of the clarity on that, hopefully as early as February or March this year.
That sounds good. So for now, pretty much Groundhog Day, same as last day. Nothing really has changed yet. So let's keep our eye on that. But as always, if you like this video, click the bell, be subscribed, leave us a comment too. We'd like to see if you have any maybe input on what you'd like to see from us in the future as far as these videos go. But for now, our numbers are attached as well. Call us. If you have any questions, need help getting a mortgage, especially buying a house, we can absolutely help you. But for now, thanks for watching. We hope you have a great Wednesday and look forward to seeing you again next week.